Welcome. My name is Fiona Robertson, and I deliver every single week transmissions. Now, these come in from my guides, from Source, from the Dragons, and the transmissions are there not for your mind. It is there for your body to understand, for your soul to understand. This is when you are receiving, and you are in your sovereignty. So it's not for your mind, it's not for your brain. It is, however, for your cells, because this is how your body picks up information. So when you're listening to your transmission, when you're listening to your card for this week, listen with your whole body. Now, you might find that you maybe want to do a doodle, you maybe want to sit with your eyes shut, and then listen to what happens within your body when you get the information coming through. It won't come through in your mind. It's not for your mind to kind of go, oh, great, now I know exactly what to do. All right. So this is allowing you to shift your consciousness every single week, to step out of the way and let your higher self come through and guide you. In practical terms, when we're understanding our intuition that much better, when we're understanding how we're being guided, we won't get scammed. We will feel what's right and what's wrong. And we'll be able to ask questions for our own direction. So the beginning of this week's call is really about an introduction into why intuition is so necessary. It's a necessity now. It's not just like, oh, that's nice, I can do this. It's really knowing that your gut intuition is so powerful. So there's an evolution happening in humanity, and first came your very instinctual survival. Think back to caveman times. Think back to, we still have those primal instincts. And the second stage then came mental dominance. Now, we're coming out of a 400-year cycle of mental dominance, of the mind trying to control everything. We're being told how to educate ourselves. We're being told what medication to take. So this is structure, hierarchy, religion, all of those things, system, strategy, and control. And for centuries, this kind of intelligence has been, you've got to think faster, you've got to think on your feet, you've got to plan better, you've got to follow the right authority, you've got to listen to what I say and do what I say. What we're moving into now, and this phase is now complete, the 400-year phase is now complete. We're now entering into your inner authority, your embodied awareness, your intuitive. This is where intelligence is no longer held in your thought, but it is held in, it just doesn't feel right. This is not right. Your yes and no, very, very powerful. So the mind was designed to analyze things in the past, to overthink and remember things. Think about all our education. It's about how much can we remember. The future is about sensing things. Now, the best story that I have about this is I sent off for intellectual property on the name Practical Magic, because this is the name of my book. This is the name of the business that I do, because when you've got that much authority, you don't need anyone else to tell you, because you feel what's right. Do I take this medication? Do I carry on in this relationship? Do I move house? You're listening to the inner authority, so you feel it. And I'd sent off for intellectual property, and it was confirmed, and I got a letter confirming it. And then about 2 weeks later, I got 2 more letters saying you owe a further $2,500, and another one saying $3,500. Not very clever, but that was my main trigger. Like, why would I get 2 more letters? I've already paid my amount. It was like $2,000 for intellectual property, and now I'm being asked to pay again. But the paperwork was so similar, but I just hadn't really registered. But I knew in my body, this doesn't feel good. So I allowed myself to feel into it. And the feeling I got, when you feel scammed, the feeling you'll get inside your body it's disgusting. It's really, you will know it very, very clearly when you start to know. So this is what I teach, and this is what I deliver here in the transmissions, okay, but in my courses, what I'm helping you to understand is your inner authority. That was a message. That's how this is working. So the old ways are breaking down. Now, you may have heard that before, and then you're thinking, yeah, but what does that mean on a daily basis? What does that mean to me? How is that going to help me or affect me? Or how can I work with that? How can I make this actually work for me? One of the things that I do with my clients, because I see so many people just getting so lost in their head, like, I am doing so much right, Fiona. I'm working so hard and everything is disappearing. I used to do this and I used to do that and I used to do the other. And that all worked for me. I'm just like, my identity is shrinking, and, you know, all the names and titles that I had for myself, they just don't mean anything anymore. And I'm shrinking in my finances. I'm shrinking in my relationships. I'm downsizing just to the point of like, I can't downsize anymore, because people are not listening to their inner authority. They're trying to work out what they should be doing, how they should be doing it. But this is all from the ego perspective. When I use the cards, what I'm actually doing for an awful lot of people at the moment is I'm answering, what problem do I solve? What's the solution that I deliver? What's my best offer? Who are my audience? What medium would be the best way to market? And what's my unique selling point? So when you have those answers that are coming from your higher self, it's so much easier to take yourself forward and know exactly who you are and what you're here for, because it didn't come from your head. It came through your higher system. It came through higher intelligence. It came from your soul. It came from source. So your best interface, beg your pardon, your barometer is your body. If you can listen and know your body, no one else can ever tell you what's right and what's wrong ever again. No coach should be saying you need to do this, 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 and this. I've spent thousands on coaching programs, business coaching programs, but nothing really worked until I started listening to my inner authority, trusting what was coming through, what questions I was asking, and what was I being delivered. So every single week we do these transmissions, and hopefully you listen with your whole body. Now you can doodle, you can colour in, you can listen with your eyes closed, but listen with your whole body. So we're going to go into those 1, 2, 3, or 4 messages that are coming through today on this particular theme, so that you can start to understand what it is and what would be best for you to be doing, so that you don't get lost in all the overthinking and trying to work every single thing out with your mind, because that just doesn't work anymore. So let's dive in right now.